So, hello everyone. Hello everyone. And welcome to this special online interview session hosted by the Federal Association for Small Medium Enterprises based in Malta. My name is Alfon Schwarte and I represent the association in Birkirkara. And today we are joined by a very special guest, Mr. Anthony Gatt, the CMO at Malta Enterprise, with his strong background in assisting companies in their relocation to Malta. Mr. Gatt is today here to share some insights of the upcoming Startup Festival in Malta taking place on the 5th and 6th of October this year. Anthony, welcome to our session.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you. We've been collaborating over the last couple of years, Alphonse. I appreciate your sterling work in order to give more visibility to Malta with the German SMEs, and we look forward to continue, obviously, to work together.
Yes, so our associations are here to build bridges between Malta and Germany. And what I would like to know, because our audience, they do not know anything about Malta Enterprise. What is the role of Malta Enterprise? Could you give us some ideas that our audience will understand?
So basically, on a very basic term, it's the Economic Development Agency, Economic Development Board. So each and every country has an Economic Development Board. Malta Enterprise is the Maltese official Economic Development Board. We've been around for more than 50, 60 years doing work that is basically dealing with engaging international businesses to co-locate or to relocate to Malta, but also helping the Maltese economy, helping Maltese micro-enterprises, SMEs, and larger enterprises in order to face challenges and obviously take on opportunities in their growth trajectory. So this is what we do. It's a group of 150 people with different locations, different offices, whereby we focus on acting as the home of Maltese and international business in Malta.
Well done. Anthony, the Startup Festival is fast approaching. Can you give our audience an overview of what to expect of this event?
So basically, one of the segments of the economy that Malta Enterprise has been working on over the last years has been startups and scale-ups. And why so? Why this interest and focus on startups and scale-ups? We need to understand that Malta in itself is a very diversified and, I might add, sophisticated economy with different segments and sectors to our economy, from tourism to financial services to betting and gambling online. However, there are other sectors that Malta Enterprise is directly involved with. These being manufacturing, life sciences sectors that are pertaining to digital innovation, the sector of aviation in relation to engineering services, and the sector of international educational services. And these last five sectors are sectors which are very important to the Maltese economy and are sectors that we continue to assist. As we go along, Malta being a small geographical space that still is proud to have around 12 industrial estates, but what is happening, obviously, that space is becoming of the essence, and each square meter that government can make available to industry, we need to see how to maximize each square meter. Meaning that we are going after more of the companies that can create jobs that pay good salaries and good conditions, and of added value. We have seen that startups have the opportunity of providing some of these jobs, sophisticated jobs, jobs in fields that are avant-garde, that are state-of-the-art, that are making inroads to solve challenges that are present both in Malta but also around the world. And we have focused on creating a package of offering that Malta and Malta Enterprise can give to startups. And to showcase such a package, one obviously needs an event which is repeated year on year, that creates traction and that can showcase really what that particular country or region, in our case it's a country, can offer to startups by showing real life success stories of startups that have co-located in Malta, and give an opportunity for interested parties to fly in and meet our ecosystem, from startups to scale-ups to investors to larger enterprises that they might be clients of such startups, and come here and experience all of this in a span of 2 days, 48 hours, when they can really assess if Malta should be their next location of business operation. And this is what Startup Festival is all about.
That sounds very interesting. That is really, and I can testify that Malta has become a very attractive destination for various industries. I've been myself, for 10 years, and I really can support Malta Enterprise with all the effort they are doing. It's really a pleasure. Given your experience in helping companies to relocate to Malta, what would be your top advice for a startup considering Malta as their new business home in Malta? What would you give him as an advice as an expert?
Listen, Alphonse, let's all be clear with each other, right? Each and every company that is looking at a co-location or a relocation would need to make a proper analysis of a number of jurisdictions to analyze which jurisdiction is the best fit for them. I can list many unique selling points that Malta has for different sectors. They can be the fact that, as I mentioned, we are a sophisticated economic location. However, there is a brief timeline to meet regulators, to meet policymakers, because there's a proximity. At the same time, we are a full EU member state, whereby the levels of rigor and the levels of professional attitude vis-a-vis business is obviously regulated on an EU level. So you have an access that is of a small island state, whereby government is business friendly. However, obviously the regulation at the highest level of operating in an EU jurisdiction. However, then there are sectorial unique selling points. As I said, there are a number of economic niches that Malta is operating in. That means that if you want to test a product or you want to manufacture a product, you might find synergies on the ground already available in that particular field. Other USPs are relevant to the fact that we are an island state which offers a good balance between work and quality of life, whereby weather is as a plus, obviously. And there is also good connection with international locations in Europe and beyond Europe, with daily flights. And also when it comes to manufacturing, because in the operations of startups, there can be also makers, those companies that are inventors, that potentially we will need to import raw materials, work on them, and then export them to different parts of the world. So our shipping routes will also come in handy for such type of companies. These are just a few unique selling points that Malta has. You can also think about our international workforce with different nationalities coming to Malta to live in Malta, and therefore having a very diverse workforce offering different skill sets. The conducting of business in the English language, as we are saying in our call today, in our chat today. So these are some of the angles that one can think of. Obviously, not everything is perfect. In no jurisdiction there is perfection, I might add. However, it's an approach that we as government entities take upon ourselves in order to always discuss with our ecosystem in order to find ways how to improve on elements which are potentially still challenging.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Thank you very much. Appreciated your time. And if anybody would like to come to Malta, please contact us, or you can also contact directly Mr. Anthony Gatt from Malta Enterprise.
If I may, Alphonse, sorry if I may just stop you quickly. An appeal for those who are watching us that are thinking about Malta. The Startup Festival happening on the 5th and the 6th of October is the right opportunity to fly down and come and meet the ecosystem. We are going to have panel discussions, international speakers, a novel pitching competition, quite interesting in itself. We are going to have matchmaking between startups and investors. We are getting a lot of interest with the expo space, with the main stage, with areas where you can also have downtime and talk and network. The 5th and 6th of October, registration is open on StartupFestivalMalta.com, StartupFestivalMalta.com, and it's really the right opportunity to come and assess Malta as a business location.
Thank you very much. Brilliant. Looking forward seeing you all at the festival, and bye-bye. Thank you.
Take care.